3, 2, 1.
And here we go.
It's simply Greg on the
To the hangout, welcome to the hangout. 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 Hey yo, see me and these dudes doing VR games, movie reviews, infused with whatever topics we choose. If we stop it, we lose, so that's why we keep on dropping the news. And you know us as a crew with the popular views. Includes X and Ray, co-host Bree, Millie, SC, and I'm Bryce, so you know we really bringing it live, us 5 in the hive. You liking this vibe, then hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe. To the hangout, welcome to the hangout. I know you want to go. To the hangout, welcome to the hangout. To the hangout, welcome to the hangout. Come and have some fun. To the hangout, welcome to the hangout. No matter where you're from.
Hey, or should I say, ho, ho, ho.
If you smell what we cooking.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
If we smell what we cooking, baby. And it feels too early to do that. So doing ho, ho, ho is just like, dude, you're early, But
yeah, it feels like 11:59 p.m. 59 seconds into November 1st.
I mean, bro,
kind of cringe.
It is. But as I am finding out, bro, that some people celebrate or start celebrating Christmas way earlier, right? Like it's usually like an after Thanksgiving thing, right? Everybody started bringing out stuff and but I'm starting to learn that people when November hit, I'm on it. I need 2 months of Christmas. Hey,
I don't know, man. I just seen people decorate the Christmas tree Halloween-ish, spooky stuff on the Christmas tree. So I mean, depends on who you talking to. They might get it done a little earlier.
That's what's up.
Than Thanksgiving.
Very true. Very, 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 very true. Yes, absolutely. Hey man, listen, do what you do. I ain't mad at you. I love Christmas, so I can have it a little bit longer. I can extend it. You know what I mean? So shout out to all those people out there that starts the Christmas spirit way earlier. We're rocking with you. And if you are that person, then guess what? Then they made this movie for you because we were wondering, why? Why would you release it in December? But you know what, X? Maybe they did it for the people that start their Christmas, like you said, right in October. Boom. You know what I mean? End of October, leading into November, man. That's awesome.
You gotta show them people some love too, man. So I get it.
For sure. And the reason why we're saying this, ladies and gentlemen, is because the movie that we are reviewing today is Red 1. Yeah, man. You know what's funny too about that? I saw the new Captain America trailer, that they dropped, which I must say, man, it is awesome, bro. I'm hyped. I'm hyped,
that
bro.
word can't come quick enough, brother.
Ooh,
I mean?
Ooh, boy. I'm gonna say, man, you could be a hater all you want to, but if you just saw that trailer and you ain't getting a little hype, bro, for people that thought Marvel lost it and whatever, then Marvel looks like they're back on that one. You know what I mean? So, I'm hyped for it, and the reason I say all that is because of course there's Red Hulk. You know what I mean? So me saying Red 1 immediately puts me in the mindset of the Red Hulk and everything coming up. So
exactly. Ironically, maybe a little foreshadowing. Hey, we'll be here to review it when it's time.
Yes, we will, and y'all will be right along here with us. We know you're going to join us. Well, it's Red 1. All right. And
Price, can't wait to tell them what exactly Red 1 is.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. But
when you think of it, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say no. I want you to get yours out because I was gonna say something too, but I want you to get yours out because I know exactly where you're going with it, dog. Go ahead, and tell them what you think about.
Yeah, because when you think about the title Red 1, what exactly comes to mind, Price? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the first question asked right out the gate. What do you think is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the title Red 1?
I think of Air Force One that would be red. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? They colored the maybe they got in the holiday spirit themselves. You know, the silver jets are just, they've had them for years and they want to switch things up.
Seriously, bro. Seriously. And ironically, you know what I mean, from things that go on and transpire in this movie, it's kind of right in line with what we think you would think when you hear Red One, you know, actually. But yeah. So I'm so excited, man, and I feel like we dropping so many hints before I just give everything away. Let me allow my partner to do what he does best. Brother, if you don't mind, can you please give us some of that beautiful bean footage?
I think I can conjure up a little something for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But before we begin, I just want y'all to know y'all in for a ride.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, here is the Red One official trailer.
Bam.
$498, $499, $500.
Let's go heavy. Yeah, got it. Looking strong, Nick.
Go on, brush your shoulders off.
Red One is gonna move.
Evening, ladies. What are you so excited about? Of course, your boyfriend's here. Okay. Who's with Red? Reach!
Someone took Nick. We're gonna find him.
I'm bringing in Jack O'Malley. He's probably the best tracker in the world.
The guy's a legend.
What am I doing here?
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted from the North Pole complex.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
Garcia?
What the hell?
You can't trust this guy. He's on the list.
You don't mean...
Yes, that list. NL4.
Are you telling me this clown is a level 4 naughty lister?
A level 4 naughty lister?
Oh, is that funny to you?
Hey! You're gonna help us find Nick.
Come on, let's go.
Grab a car. For what?
You don't have a Wonder Woman action figure, do you?
It's not how it works. Come on.
There is much in here that is not of the natural world.
Who's that?
Krampus.
What are they doing?
They're playing crappish slop.
I think if you don't need me here, I might just go back to the car.
We need to prepare for the possibility of no Christmas.
There's worse ways to go out than trying to save Santa Claus.
We got snowmen!
That was so disturbing.
Interesting.
My turn!
Oh my God. Is my face still there?
Yeah, you look good.
Woo! It
Right,
even
baby.
sounds exciting.
All right, baby.
Man. Bro, even as I watched that trailer, it definitely takes me back to the movie, bro, and what I saw, what I felt, you know. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've had a new Christmas movie that I'm like, okay, you know, could I put that in my Christmas movie list? You know, those things that I'm like, hey, go ahead and put that Red One on, man. Because as we talked about, bro, like, it's so off-putting. The title alone is like, that's a Christmas movie? Like, what's Red One? You know what I mean? So, it's not something that would just come right up, because most Christmas movies has the word Christmas in it or something, dog, alluding to it being a Christmas movie.
Exactly. At least it's some type of giveaway or, a little hint. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, some titles play on themselves. So this sounds like if you really take a step back to really examine what this could be about, it sounds exactly like the title though. And that's what they did. They played exactly on the title.
They played exactly on the title. They really did. And it's funny because it's something that you have to watch to get it. And when you watch it, you're like, okay, this absolutely should be named Red One. So I will say great job on that, marketing wise, and whoever thought of, the title and so forth and so on. Some movies, man, the title is completely off from the movie and everything like that. So this is one of those ones that I can agree. I'm with the Red One. Okay. So the first thing, man, let me get this on out the way. I'm sorry. Let me just do it. I saw Dwayne Johnson in it, and I'm like, okay. He's not Santa Claus. Like, somebody asked me that, actually. Is he playing Santa Claus? No, he's not playing some big extra buffed Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? So no, he's not doing that. He is absolutely playing the position he should be playing if he's going to be involved with Santa Claus, and not be the villain, of course. But he is playing the part of Callan Drift, and he is basically a bodyguard for Santa Claus. And we get to start our movie off, which I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I thought this was perfect. I didn't know, are we gonna start at North Pole? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna start with him coming down the chimney? What are we do? Are we gonna start with Santa Claus at all? And they chose to do it, which I thought that's pretty cool. Usually in a mall, it's Christmas time, and you see Santa Claus, and it's some guy in a suit with the beard, whatever, playing Santa Claus. Well, we start in the mall with Santa Claus, and it's actually Santa Claus, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's really cool, because no one would know that. And we get to see really how good Santa Claus is at his job, and you really get to see that this is what he does. He was made for this, because you can tell him whatever you want. Hey, I wanted this, I wanted that. And are you gonna write that down? Nah, I got it. He's like, you gonna remember my stuff along with everybody's stuff? Yeah, I got it. And so, yeah, but you know what I thought about too, though, man?
What's up?
Yeah, you know what I thought about too? Now that we're talking about it, because he has such a network, right? Which we find out later. Is that how he remembers it? Because it just automatically goes in. It's like, oh, okay, I don't have to technically remember because this is being documented. But anyway, it just made me think about that. However, but that's basically what we find out.
Think about that though, Price. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He's always patched in with the team. So
True.
That radio network could be live, and you got the network, so maybe they're back taking down the list, or because he already knows. Because remember, he's supposed to be not all knowing, but he watches you, so it's like he keeps his eye on you, so he already kind of knows what you got an interest for. Then the mall appearance could just be confirming that. But, that's a deeper conspiracy for later.
That's I was going to say, boy, we could go down that rabbit hole for sure. Now, just a quick overview of the movie, just to let you guys know what this movie is all about, because we don't want to set everything up. We definitely don't want to spoil anything for you. But just to let you know, when a villain kidnaps Santa Claus from the North Pole, an ELF, extremely large and formidable, operative joins forces with the world's most accomplished tracker to find him and save Christmas. Now, okay, so we're back in the mall, and Santa Claus is Santa Clausing, and right beside him is his elf, the extremely large, formidable operative. That is played by Dwayne Johnson. And right off, you kind of notice, okay, right, you're his bodyguard and you watch over him and everything, but he seems a little serious. And I'm like, okay, well, he has to be on point. Of course, bodyguards doing whatever. However, this is Christmas, and there is supposed to be some kind of joy. So that's the first thing that we notice. At least, you should notice about the character.
Yeah, an elf not smiling. an elf not being happy.
Good point. Good point, bro.
An elf seems like it comes off like he takes his job very serious.
Right. Now, keep in mind, this is not Bad Santa. So in Bad Santa, yeah, you would have definitely gotten that type of that tone and demeanor. But this is not that.
Nope.
So we basically find out in the beginning that Callan Drift, played by Dwayne Johnson, he's kind of losing it a little bit. He's kind of at that point. You be at your job. You've been at your job for a while. You love your job. However,
maybe not 500 years, but yeah.
Maybe not that long. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch. But
the principle of your statement does apply.
You feel me? However,
you put in the work. You've been there for years. You see the same things.
You see the same things, and some things. And look, you see the same things, and some things may have transpired that make you be like, "How much longer am I going to do this?" So I get that. I very much relate to this guy with that mindset. Okay. You get to this point where Callan Drift is, and he's kind of ready to move on. And this is pretty much what he lets Santa Claus know in the beginning of the movie. Hey man, this is kind of it for me. I'm gonna do this last little thing. I'm gonna move around. And of course, we know this by Santa Claus basically saying, "Hey, Callan, aren't you gonna miss this?" You know what I'm saying? He's a little, maybe, I don't know, but not really. So we already know, man, there's something going on with him.
Yep, because like any other boss, they don't want to lose their best employee. So it's like,
of course.
Hey, you sure this was something you want to do? I love you. I support you in everything you do. But are you sure? Yeah, man.
Right.
It's just not the same. It's just not the same anymore.
Good point, dog. Good point. It's not the same. And that happens.
It's not the same.
Yeah, and that happens with jobs. It happens, man. You could love it, but you see things changing around you, man, and it just doesn't feel it. It doesn't give you the same satisfaction of getting up and being so happy to go to this job and, oh my gosh, share your joy. And after a while, if you don't enjoy it, then that turns into bitterness, and then now you're spreading that around to other people. And if that's the case, you would much rather quit than to be known as, that's who you were when you left. You know what I mean? That was your legacy.
Mm-hmm. You want to be remembered
so
for
we
the
definitely
good, not the bad.
Exactly. So they allow us to definitely relate to Callan Drift. All right. I mean, he's got one of the happiest jobs in the world, but that can get a little.
Or so you would think. That just goes to show not every job is perfect.
Absolutely. So that's for anybody who had aspirations of being an elf for Santa Claus. Just think about this. Okay. Okay. So, as we continue along the story, we do see how much Callan Drift do loves Santa Claus, though. Not just as a job. He loves him as a person, and he appreciates him. He looks up to him. All this. Just as the trailers show, he's spotting Santa Claus while he's pumping iron and doing all type of stuff. He's like a personal trainer to him, just all type of stuff, man. And he keeps his eye on him at all times. All right. Every now and then he may walk off to do something and whatever. However, when he's away, he's got somebody has eyes on Red. All right. Now, at the same time, what we also see is our character played by Chris Evans, Jack O'Malley. Now, as the movie started off, what we got a chance to see was that as a kid, Jack O'Malley was the type of person who could, he could take your keys, he could find anything that you try to hide, you know what I'm saying? So there was no toy or anything that you could hide from this kid. You know what I'm saying? You try to hide stuff for your kids before Christmas, and nah. You ain't hiding nothing from this kid. He will find a way to find it.
Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Good luck hiding from this kid, right? So we get a chance to see him from the jump. And we also find out that he doesn't believe in Santa Claus. I mean, you know, he literally questions the adults, like interrogates them, like, so he comes down my chimney. He knows exactly what I want. He's, you know what I mean? Like he's the guy, he's that kid that if you try to tell him something and you think that's just gonna be it, no. He's gonna have about 50 questions about that thing first. That's gonna make you doubt what you're even saying. He's that kid. Okay.
I believe they call those free thinkers, Price. I believe those are called free thinkers. Something to that magnitude. But yeah, he was pretty aware of things at his young age.
Yes, he was. Too aware. So aware that he couldn't even be a kid. So now
causing him to mature faster. Or so
absolutely.
We think.
Or so we think. And causing him to turn into the adult that we saw him become. And the adult that we saw him become is the type who's still doing the same thing. He's able to snatch someone's keys right off them, their badges, their anything right off them, if he needed to. And
he's also the type to, as the trailer showed, take candy from a baby.
Take candy from a baby. Literally. Okay, we're not talking about figuratively. We're talking about literally take candy from a baby. That lets you know he has no standards. There's nothing he will not do for money at all or for his own satisfaction. So they basically, set you up, letting you know what kind of people these are. Now, what I will say is the similarity that I already see with these two characters is that both of them have lost the spirit, the Christmas spirit.
Yep.
Even though Callan Drift is literally right there by the man, he knows it's real. He sees it. He still has lost his, on a daily basis, bro. He has still lost his Christmas spirit. And Jack O'Malley, from a kid all the way up to the adult, has definitely lost his Christmas spirit. So, as dissimilar as they may seem, they actually are very similar. They just don't know it. So, what we also find out is that the job that Jack O'Malley is on basically is to locate something, right? Something that periodically comes out, and there's a organization, what I want to say, man, a secretive organization that wants this location, and so they hire who is famously known as the Wolf, and the Wolf can find anything or anybody. Jack O'Malley is that wolf.
The world's greatest tracker.
World's greatest tracker. Well, he does that. He does this a whole elaborate little scheme to try to obtain this information. And he does it. He does it with ease. It's nothing to him. He gets his money. And what does he do with it, X?
Well, he takes it out on a parlay, if you will, for all my sports bettors, he takes it out, and let's just say he loses. No spoilers there, but sometimes parlays don't go your way, and this was before he even got the payday. He said, "Hey, let me put this on it. I'll make sure I pay back." We see the type of lifestyle that he's living, and it's one of a shady character in a sense of shady yet irresponsible, because with all his talents, it seems like he hasn't really grown up. It seems like he hasn't really taken on responsibility. It seems like he's a fly by the seat of his pants type of adult, so he takes that, and look, he already lost the money before he even gets the money. The same time he gets the money, loses it right then and there.
Right. And we know people like that, right? We know people, they before they even get it in their hand, they've already spent.
Already spent it. It's crazy, man, They had it planned out in advance, and boom.
And so, you know, so we know what we're dealing with, like you said earlier, or so we think that he has matured quickly. So we also find out that in the midst of all this that's happening and him, you know, getting the location back in the North Pole, all right, Calendriff is, you know, getting a chance to just kind of walk, look at things. You know what I mean? You can tell that he's deep in thought. You know, he's gonna miss it. Everybody knows Callan. They love Callan. You know, it's quite obvious. Next to Santa Claus, he's that dude. They make that very obvious. And we also find out that the moment that you take your eyes off the prize, some things can happen. And they do. Of course, this is no spoiler. Santa Claus is kidnapped. All right. This ensures immediate concern, alert. I mean, all hands on deck.
Panic
and oh my God, bro.
Chaos ensues. As they say, chaos ensues.
For sure.
When they find out that Red One, as they call him around the North Pole, has gone missing.
I'm glad you said that. Because what we also find out is that this is no secret to people. Like the people in the know, they know. Like this is not some like mythological thing that nobody knows about at all and doesn't believe. There are certain people, world leaders, that know about Red One. This is a real thing. Like this dude is highly respected. Like he's like the president of the president, you know, on this time of the year. And so, yeah, he's highly protected and respected. Let's just say that.
Yep. Top level entity in the mythological game, man. You know, he serves his purpose. Very important because you know the government. You know, they had a hand in everything, so they got to be aware of these things. So they make sure that they have people in place to monitor these things.
Yeah, you know, especially if you're gonna have something flying around at you know, Mach 5 and 4 reindeer. Speaking of that too, because they show in the trailer where, you know, Santa comes, hey ladies, you know, he's talking to the reindeer and all that, and big old reindeer too. I didn't realize they would be that big and everything. They big old tall reindeer, right?
They jacked, you know.
They are jacked, bro.
They definitely take after. They definitely take after their papa. Is what I'm gonna call them,
for sure.
What I'm saying? Obviously, you can see by the trailer. You know, Cal spends a lot of time with these reindeer,
and that's what I was getting to. That's what I was getting to. Here's the thing. Okay, I know it's The Rock, and I know the ladies love The Rock, but I'm like, good God, man, the reindeers too. Like, come on, he got the reindeers tripping all and fawning all over him and swooning.
That brother's unstoppable, man. What can you say? He calls it the mana. The mana. You know, his mana is unstoppable, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
And it's just on display every time.
Good grief. I mean, he has animals swooning. Mythological creatures are swooning over him, man. Come on, man. Yeah, you have no shot. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no shot.
Whatsoever.
You feel me? If this man has mythological creatures swooning over, like, come on, man. So, all right, man. Well, we are now in high alert, and of course, we won't spoil anything, but we will tell you that there's another entity that is interested in having Santa Claus. Okay, and basically, he's kidnapped. Calendriff is livid. All right, because of course, you know, this was supposed to be one of his last jobs. He's got one more night. You know, Santa asks him, hey man, just ride with your boy, just one more night, shawty, one more night. All right, fine. All right, I'll do it. I'll ride shotgun. Let's go out with a bang. Okay, cool. And then boom, your most prized, you know what I'm saying, you know, or most important client, and however, he's kidnapped. Like, come on. So he's on fire. And this is where we get a chance to meet Lucy Liu's character playing Zoe. Now Zoe is Callan Drift's boss, but if you was to look at the way he was talking to her, it's like you wouldn't think so, because he was like going off. He wants to know what happened, who, what, when, where. Tell me something. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little concerned about her character at first because I wasn't sure what her motivations were. The way they was playing her a little bit was kind of like,
Yeah, they definitely kept
you
us
feel
on
me?
our toes. You know, it kind of gave off a little suspicious. You know, they might not have, even though this is a task force, their best interests might not be aligned with our main characters and what they need. But
yes,
nice little plot swerve, I'll say.
Yep. So and I'm cool with that. That you don't know. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me see as it comes together. So yes, but she's the boss. Let's just say she's the director of the FBI. All right. And so she's basically like, hey, listen, we're putting our fillers out. You know, there's certain things that we are looking into, and of course, right. And as she's saying this, basically a little bit of intel comes in from some actual what were they, trolls or something, bro? Like what were those
actual
things, man?
legitimate methodological trolls.
Yeah.
She had what she called the best team on it, trying to ping or figure out anything that they could use. Because again, Red One is we already mentioned to y'all, Red One is a top level, high level entity. So when he go missing, especially around the time that it's time for him to go to work.
Yep.
Okay, we gotta all hands on deck. We gotta do what we gotta do, because we gotta find Red One. So she enlists the help of trolls, and they seem to have identified and caught the location of the methods that Jack O'Malley used to, do the deed.
And that's basically when we find out that he's known as the Wolf. And so now, of course, Callan is like, the Wolf, okay, get him in here. Let's make this happen. And then, of course, just as we saw in the trailer, he's coming home, and he starts to notice something. But I digress. Before we get there, let me go back to something real quick. What we also find out, which I thought this was cool because I didn't see him having this, but we also find out through a phone call that I want to say his ex, in a sense, who he had a kid with, she's calling like, hey, your son has gotten in trouble in school. So I'm like, okay, he's got a son. I didn't see that coming, because he didn't seem like the type of person that would have a son or that would care or love anybody enough to have a son with, right? More on that later.
Absolutely right.
And so he has a son, and of course, I won't say it's necessarily strange. However, he doesn't have a deep connection with his son at all.
It's strange.
It's strange. You would say it's strange. Okay. So,
but definitely a troubled and tempered relationship, to say the least.
Right. That's where I'm feeling right there. Right. So, and he doesn't know how to be a father. Doesn't even really, accept the title, I guess. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, embrace it. I would say accept it.
It comes off, very, very much comes off as doesn't really care. Very nonchalant about it. Very, you're inconveniencing my life with this right now. I'm too busy for this. And
I'm too busy. Right. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
So, we get a chance to see their interaction, their dynamic, and the kid is like, he's trying to be that way too. He's trying to match his energy. However, it's a kid. You could tell he wants his father's attention. He wants him to care. He says things intentionally to see if he's gonna care.
To see if he's gonna care.
and of course Jack O'Malley just goes right into what he thinks he was going to do anyway. So he just, well, whatever. I didn't expect for you to care anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Gut punches, bro.
Right?
Gut punches.
I know, right? Yeah, man.
But it's Christmas, guys. We shouldn't be going through this. It's Christmas.
Right. So again, man, they're setting everything up for you in the beginning. Like you said, gut punches it all and all. They setting it right up for you. They're letting you know who these characters are. They're letting you know what they're dealing with in their lives, no matter how successful they are at their jobs. Because here's the thing. Here's another similarity with Callan and Jack O'Malley. They're both very successful at what they do, bro. They do it very well.
Yeah.
But they're both lacking something in their lives. That's actually
spirit.
That spirit. Correct. So, all right, now we're set up with pretty much everybody. Callan Drift has said, "Hey, I need the wolf in here now." Well, of course, as we saw from the trailer, he gets to the house. He already can tell people are looking at him strange, so forth and so on. He already knows what's up. They're coming after you, brother. And of course, after some little antics and all this other stuff, chases and whatnot, they get their man. And yeah, here comes Jack O'Malley waking up. You know what I'm saying, through the way that they was able to capture him, waking up in the North Pole, like, hey, what's going on? And of course, he meets everybody, meets the ELF, and just as The Rock let him know, extremely large and formidable. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is shocking. This is shocking, bro. Like when you come to a place like that, and then all of the mythological things that you heard about being Loch Ness Monster. You know what I mean? Like this, nothing is out of the realm of possibility now. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Headless Horseman, from the trailer.
Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
All of it, bro. That could be quite shocking. You know what I'm saying? Quite shocking. And the way he acted, I was like, okay, that seems on point. It wasn't too over the top, and it was enough. And it was enough, bro. It wasn't like, he sure is taking that kind of well. No, I was like, that tracks for me. That tracks for me. So far, man, I was cool. I was cool with The Rock doing what he do. I was cool with Chris Evans doing what he do. Now, I also like what you said as far as who I could relate him to, because we do remember Chris Evans famously being Captain America, right? Captain America doesn't do anything like take candy from a baby. He gives candy to the babies. But there's a certain character that you align him with that I feel like would probably give our listeners a better idea of who he was emulating in a sense, or portraying.
Oh yeah. If you guys go back to our wonderful review on this film, it's called Deadpool and Wolverine. We did that about a while ago. He just reminds you of a certain character that was in that film. He reminds me a little bit of Johnny Storm, the way he the way he kind of betrays himself and behaves, and there was no real maturity to him and stuff like that, kind of like the character of Johnny Storm. And obviously they're gonna have Chris Evans doing some flippy flips. And at the end of the day, he was still an Avenger. You know what I'm saying? He's still a part of Fantastic Four. So they're gonna get him. They're gonna get him in there. But yeah, it just reminded me a lot of Johnny Storm. And kind of how we link characters to people. Like the actor can play a character so well, you kind of label I guess I'll use the word label, but label them as that. You can see that. So
you're exactly right.
You can tell Chris Evans dove back into that pocket, since he had to reprise that role not that long ago.
Right. And for the people that's who Johnny Storm, who's that? That's one of the Fantastic Four, ladies and gentlemen.
The Human Torch.
Mm-hmm. The Human Torch. And so that was cool, man. I was like, all right, that's cool. I'd like to see him switch it up a little bit. He also kind of acted like the guy Knives Out too, the first Knives Out. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of cool too. So I do like seeing him switch it up. I don't, want to see him playing a good guy all the time. And honestly, Scott Pilgrim, versus the world too. So he was kind of that character in there too. So, Well, okay. Long story short, you are the one who got Santa Claus taken. You are the one that's going to help us find him. So you might as well get with it, buddy. Get over the shock of everything you seeing, polar bears included. Talking polar bears included, and let's get to work.
We don't have time.
So,
it's almost Christmas, and we need Red One. So, like you
need Red
said,
One.
Price, you lost him. You gonna find him.
You gonna find him. Well, as we doing all of this, man, like I said, bit of a culture shock for him. Man, he finds out, oh my God, this thing is for real. Like, okay, this is a lot of things that come along with being an ELF and being on this side of things. You know what I'm saying? Being in the back of the house when it comes to, the natural order things and how things go. Oh wow, you getting to see the wizard now. Just like you saw in the trailer, man. The what do you want to call it, man? I don't want to say arm bracelet, or I can't even think of the name of it right now. But that thing that Calendriff has on his arm, it can do some really cool stuff, man. I mean, you can turn little toy cars into big old moving cars, and you know what I'm saying, all type of things. And we also find out that toy stores have a storage closet, and you walk through that door, I guess use a special key or whatever you do, that it's a portal to another toy store in a whole nother land, you know what I'm saying? Another country or whatever. And so, he's able to move around quite fast, and get to places that he needs to get to. So that definitely will help the wolf with what he does and knows how to do best. And of course, along this way, man, we find out that the person that did take him, all right, is the Christmas witch. Okay? Gryla. And Gryla, yeah, she's
Make sure you don't say her name.
I know, right? I thought of as soon as I'm saying it too, dog. I'm like, what the? Oh my gosh. I know, dog. But this Christmas witch, it's funny because when she was explaining to, her monologue, when she was explaining her monologue of basically all the naughty ones, they're gonna pay for it or whatever. I'm like, okay, I mean, but should it be that much? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you were naughty, usually there's a consequence to being naughty, right? She's not technically wrong, but her methods are very extreme, I would say.
Very flawed, to say the least, brother. Let's just say this isn't exactly your tea and crumpets. This ain't exactly your most diplomatic way of doing things.
No, not at all. But through all of this, we really do find out, man, that there's more than just Santa Claus at play. There's more than just having a nice and naughty list. Because there is a such thing as a level 4 naughty lister. And I suggest that none of you listeners become that. There are consequences to being that. So, yeah, but along this journey, we find out, man, there's the Christmas witch. There's Santa Claus's brother, Krampus, right? And I remember a movie, a Krampus Christmas movie, right? And I never really watched it, but I feel like maybe should I go watch it now and see if there's if he's really Santa Claus's brother, you know what I mean? But I just looked at Krampus as like Scrooge or something. He just hates Christmas and so forth and so on. So, but in this story, they kind of described it a little bit different, dog. You feel what I'm saying? They actually, set him up to be a little different. So anyway, we don't want to spoil anything. So I don't want to go sing my scene and tell them everything that happened. I just want them to understand that so far, bro, going into this, everything that they set up was making sense for me. It was making sense. It didn't just seem put together. It didn't just seem like, hey, we got The Rock, we got Chris Evans, we got J.K. Simmons. Let's just throw something together, slap a beard on them, and whatever. They really seem like they took time to make this make sense, though. And that allowed me to have fun with it. My mind didn't venture off way too much of, now come on, man, because I was already in. This is a Christmas movie about Santa Claus, and of course it's going to be the sleigh ride, him in the air with the you know what I'm saying, the reindeer and whatever. So of course the mythological stuff should be happening and however, but they never went too far for me, man. That made me feel like, okay, now they just tripping. If I'm already in the mythological mindset, the things that they did worked for me. Even down to the snowman that you see in the trailer, and how you would defeat a snowman if you had to fight one, and so forth and so on.
Which hopefully it's not a snowman, that jacked and that menacing looking. Hopefully you can, fight the regular rounded, well-rounded.
Good grief,
snowman.
Oof. Boy, you ain't lying,
Christ,
dog. What happened to Frosty, dog? I'm like, Frosty looked lovable.
Hey, Frosty went to the gym. That's what happened. Frosty said, "Hey man, y'all ain't gonna keep calling me. Look, I'm gonna put some hours in at the gym. We gonna get right."
Oh my God, dude. But I find it very interesting, and we won't spoil it for them, because we want y'all to find this very interesting too on your own. We want you to discover how you actually destroy a well-jacked snowman. You'll find it very interesting, I think, as well.
Yeah, and you just never know if you might have to run into this scenario. So I just feel like it might be good for y'all to know.
Absolutely. So yeah, along this journey, man, with them two together, they you see they take some time for them to, get used to each other and everything like that. That's definitely not an easy thing when you have characters who think they're dissimilar. But us, the audience, we get to see you guys actually have a lot of similarities. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you. What I do like also too, man, is that there's a little bit more in depth as far as the story with the son. You know what I mean? You got these backstories, you got the side stories and so forth and so on. You got the fact that Callan Drift, you still wondering what did it? Why doesn't he feel the same way about Christmas? I think they did a pretty good job of building upon that, and kind of, as all of this stuff is going on, snowman and other action and whatever, in between that, you give us some story. You give us some character development. You know how we are about that. I was cool with it. I was pretty cool. Now, there's a moment, dog, in the second act that I want to bring up for you, because I know you definitely made notice of it when we left the theater. I want to give you a chance to speak on that, because I feel like I will mimic what you feel. However, I wanted to give you that opportunity when it came to the second act, because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, I was locked in, and somewhere around there I started to feel like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I could doze, I would probably doze right around here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, brother. Yeah. Because I think this movie is a it's one of those films that kind of suffers from overage to me. You know what I'm saying? It feels like they packed out that second act a little bit, kind of drug it a little bit to make sure that they perfectly develop the characters and they get it right, and they fill us with so much information about the characters that we can't critique or fight back on the non-developed characters. But you sacrifice a little bit further of the story, or at least pushing the story forward in a sense, to me, as I don't ever want to feel like, okay, you're beating me, or you're beating me over the head, or you're beating a dead horse just to hurry up and get to the third act, which was identifiably noticeable. And making sure that, hey, okay, you could tell at this scene right here, now it's time to kick it up a notch. We're going to get back into the story. It's going to come full circle right here. Here's the payoff right here. We're going to get to it now. I just don't think it was needed to elongate the second act like that. I feel like you could blend it properly into the third act but there's no need to oversaturate us and over-explain things. Once you start over-explaining things to the audience, I feel it's like, all right, like you trust what you have already told me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you, man. That's why I was like, I feel like I would mimic that feeling as well, because that's what it started to lose me a bit. I won't, like I said, I won't spoil it for the audience, necessarily even tell them exactly the part, whatever. But you're right. Beating a dead horse, like we get it, we understand. And then something was like, it was almost like, hey, we need something to fill in. Just, you know what I mean? We need a filler for a minute, and then we'll get back to this other part. Now, however, once they did get back to it, okay, third act, we locked.
Yeah, we locked in. Now we getting back to it. Exactly what we was looking for. Cool, perfect. Yep. Just didn't need to elongate that process. I feel like we could have worked on a better way to kind of blend that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So we've gotten through that, and you know, we've gotten to this third act, and by this third act, man, they're throwing it all at everything but the kitchen sink. They throwing it all at you, brother. And I mean, you better be strapped in, because they're definitely coming with it. And I definitely like how the characters have bonded, in a sense, over the course of the film. You know what I'm saying? Or if there's any underlying issues with them or whatever, they have acknowledged them at best. You know what I'm saying? They've been acknowledged. Absolutely. And now we can focus on this one thing, which is save Red. We can work out the details later with everything else.
But let's get back to the main objective.
Let's get back to the main objective. Exactly. Because what he was talking about in the second act, the acknowledgement of all that stuff was in the second act. But just like he said, though, it just ran too long. So now we've done it. We're good enough to where we can all come together on one accord. Let's save Red. And they go all in. And so, all in. Now, we don't need to tell you how that turned out. We will leave that for you to find out for yourselves. Again, surprisingly, put it this way, I didn't know I needed or wanted this movie until I watched the movie. And that's what I was trying to decide. Is this something that I would add to my, Christmas you know, list. What, let's say, yeah, but I was trying to remember, like, what's a Christmas Story, right? For one, or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you know, the little cartoon, or a Grinch Stole Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Just all the ones, bro, that's my greatest hits. Oh my God, like Jim Carrey's Grinch. Oh my, bro, amazing. If not every year, bro, every other year, I just have to.
It's almost like, in a sense, you're asking, okay, what could this movie be a part of my Christmas tradition?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And I'll be honest with you, it absolutely can, and it will.
Okay, talk about it, my brother.
Yeah, it will. I'm serious, bro. Leading up to this review, I've been thinking, could I watch this again, and would I watch it again? If I was walking in somebody's house and they had it on, would I sit down and watch it, or would I be like, yeah, I seen that, and I probably would sit down and watch it, because I would want to, especially if it's their first time, I would want to watch their reactions to it. And one person I forgot to shout out, which is, I don't like how, I really should have given J.K. Simmons more props on it. And I guess maybe the reason, because he was kidnapped, right, the whole time. But I have to give him his props, man, because he plays a very different Santa Claus, bro. He is not neat. He's not even helpless, bro. He's not a helpless Santa Claus. You know, just the way he got kidnapped is, anybody could have got kidnapped that way. But he's not helpless, bro, at all. And he's that dude. Like, you believe he's that dude. So I have to shout out to him. He's a very commanding actor. You know, whatever role he plays, bro, he commands that role.
Absolutely. His Santa Claus was, in a sense, protected. You know what I'm saying? They didn't write it in any way to kind of demean, weaken, or diminish star quality of J.K. Simmons as Red. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it felt like anybody could get kidnapped that way. It's literally one of those.
For sure.
The way it's set up, it's like, kind of almost like, and this is like not trying to spoil it, but it's almost like a secret invasion of sorts. You know what I'm saying? Kind of.
Right.
If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody could be. Anybody that could have happened to anybody and any given day, because you wouldn't have expected that. The way things ran so well at the North Pole, it doesn't seem like anybody in that place skips a beat.
Right. So yeah, man. So shout out to my man J.K. Simmons. You bodied that role there, buddy. So good job. Okay, so jumping right on into it. You've heard some of our stuff, and I know I think one of the last couple ones, man, I've probably jumped right on in with my review, but I definitely want to jump into the reviews, but I want to allow you to come on in, man, and give us your take, kind sir.
Yeah, of course, man. You know, this movie is really good. You know, after sitting on it for a few days and really going back to it and even explaining it, I think it would be one of those situations where, like, you know, I would describe it to someone, you know, catch their reaction, see what they like about Christmas, and then sit down and watch it with them. Just like you said, to kind of gauge their reaction on things, how they would, you know, interpret this renegade style take of a Christmas tale. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I like that. Renegade style. That's fire, bro. Oh, I should have gone first. Renegade style. Ooh,
hey, man,
boy, I swear.
There's always next time, brother. There's always next time. You know, we'll be here doing these reviews. We ain't going nowhere.
My man. Do your thing, bro.
But yeah, man. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I think this is a movie I could see myself revisiting too. You know, given the blunders of, you know, the second act, Price, let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Do you remember any of those reindeer having a red nose?
No, boy, bro, you know, when he walked up in there and I didn't see one lone one in the front with a red nose, I was like, oh, they're gonna have a part two, so that way we're gonna have a part two, so that way they can introduce you know, Rudolph easily,
they
bro.
Have to. They have to, bro. Because I felt the way that, you know, I didn't see not one red nose. You know what I'm saying? As a kid who enjoyed Rudolph, as you know what I'm saying? What? How you gonna leave out the most important
reindeer of them all?
Come on, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I am. You know, it might sound crazy to the listeners, but yeah, I'm a ding for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I knew it. I knew you gonna dig him for that, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We gotta show Rudolph some love. You know what I'm saying? The development of the characters through and through. You know, everybody played an exceptional, you know, great job. You know, from Bonnie Hunt being Mrs. Claus. You know, from Wesley Kimmel as Dylan. You know, we already talked about J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu being a general. Chris Evans, Dwayne Johnson, you know, did an amazing job. You know, even the surprise guests who I will let y'all see when, you know, y'all watch the movie. You know, I think those actors / actresses did a wonderful job as well. You know, so all around encompassing for me, if I had to put it into a score, dog, for me, I'm pretty high on this one, man. I'll go 8.5, man, to clump up my rating, man. I'll give this a solid 8.5.
Dang, does y'all see that? You probably could have got a 9 if you'd have just put a red nose on one of those daggone reindeer.
In that line, you definitely would have got a 9. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm with it. 8.5, and that's very fair, bro. That's like, dude. I'm like, okay. All right. So, as I'm listening to you, do your thing. All right. So for me, everything you said, I agree with. As a matter of fact, I will say I'm not going to ding them because of that the red nose, not having Rudolph, just because you wouldn't ding them. I think one ding is enough. However, You know, like here's okay. Here's I think what I would have probably liked to have seen is probably more elves though. You know what I mean? Like I guess
what we're used to as far as what
right.
elves
are exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Like
they have such a wide spectrum, man. It's not just with Christmas. You know, shout out to our Choppa in our D&D episode. You know, elves have a certain specific look and role, which this movie, kind of shows you. We could put a little spin. We could put a little spin on the curveball.
Which I'm okay with, bro. I'm okay that the elf was whatever, but there should have been a different division of them to where, okay, fine, those are the elite elves, and here are the regular worker elves, not elves, but the elves. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little thrown off by that because I was trying to identify, okay, well, who's doing the toys and what are they, or what are they, just little creatures or whatever. Okay, so there's my ding for that, because that was a little off-putting for me because I couldn't identify, well, then who are the toy makers? Anyway, I think I probably would have liked to seen that a little bit clearer as far as, are they going to buy the toys out of the store, or are they making them? Because the ones we grew up with, they made the toys and so forth and so on, and all this stuff here, that stuff was made there, bro. So that was a little unclear to me. So I don't know, are they buying it? Are they shipping it are they ordering it on Amazon and they having it shipped to the North Pole? What exactly are they doing? How are they collecting Death Ninjas 5? You know what I'm saying? Remember, I think the girl asked for Death Ninja 5s, and he was even saying, oh, wow, Death Ninja 5s is pretty popular this year, right? Okay, well, do y'all make the game yourself? Do you have a game tech right there in the North Pole who make the game? Or do you go to EA, you know what I'm saying, Electronic Arts, to get your games from them? You got a special hookup with them. I think I probably would have liked a little more.
Maybe, brother, because, even when you look at the gift, the packaging and everything, I mean, it looks like y'all went straight to the source.
It looks like went straight to the source. So I think I would have liked a little more clarity on that too, which would have been cool. I dig him for that just a little bit, but hey, we didn't have time for it, and I get it, and that's fine. But whatever. So besides all of that, man, and of course, the little issue with the second act, and that was probably when I got a little sleepy, and because they came in with the third act the way they did, boom, woke me right on up. Loud noises and flashing lights and all that stuff there. Yep, got me right back on up. Now I did not get a chance to shout out the fact that Kiernan Shipka was playing the role of that Christmas witch. Now, when I first saw her, bro, she's small woman in stature and everything like that, and her look, it's a pretty woman and everything. She doesn't look formidable. She doesn't look scary. However, to throw me completely off with that and not have, like Krampus, you would think Krampus would have been the one, right? He would be the one that, like, oh yeah, obviously bad guy and so forth and so on. So I thought that was pretty cool. Throw me off a little bit. Nice. You know what I'm saying? I actually kind of like that, because you got her going against Dwayne Rock and Chris Evans and right, big old polar bear looking people and all that stuff there. She doesn't look formidable. However, she held it down, and her network is serious too. You know what I'm saying? She ain't playing either. So
hey, them boys don't play. Them boys don't play.
So I have to give her a shout out because I definitely liked her as the antagonist of the movie. So again, man, from everything they did, from the way they brought certain things back, from the way things ended with Callan, the way things ended with Jack O'Malley and their full circle, I thought that was done well. I thought that was done extremely well, as a matter of fact, and I believed it. It made me feel some kind of way. Gave me some hope. And I think that's what the movie was supposed to do. Christmas movies give you hope. That's what they're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
And did they succeed in doing that? They absolutely did. I heard a few people clapping in our theater, walking out feeling joyous, right? The movies that I had seen of late and some of those stuff, I didn't see people walking out with joy. I didn't hear them clapping in the movie. And I was like, good grief, man. And so to walk out of one and have it fill me with joy and make me feel better, that's what I go to the movies for. And it delivered on all fronts. And so because it did that, and like I said, because I will absolutely add this to my Christmas list going forward, the movie did what I think it will do for people who are paying their money to go and see this movie and want to come out there feeling good. And so for me, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give this thing a 9, bro. I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it a 9. It is a really good movie, surprisingly better than I thought. If you look at the trailers, man, you're gonna think that it's just gonna be just a bunch of action and no heart and all that. Nope, there's heart. There's a lot of heart, and I think they did a great job. All of the actors did very well, and I was highly entertained, and I was happy. Matter of fact, let me say this, because it was you, me, and Timmy at this screening, and I felt good coming out of it with the people that I enjoyed being around. You know what I'm saying? We do this as reviewers, but we're also friends. And so it felt good coming out of that with the people they also enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a really good movie. I would say take your kids, take your friends, take your family, you know what I mean? Take your loved ones and go see a movie that's going to have you walking out feeling good.
Period. That's a great sentiment. You know what I'm saying? And that's a great way to encapitalize. You know what I'm saying? It's not a heavy dinged movie, you know. We reviewed some movies lately with a lot of dings. So it just feels good to go back into a rotation of, okay, this is a feel good film that we feel like everybody will love, you know. And honestly, when you guys go see this film, you know what I'm saying? Come back to this review. Come back to our comment section below. Comment y'all think pieces on this film, because at the end of the day, I'd like to engage, and we all would like to engage with y'all as well on a spirited debate about this film, because, you know, it's definitely one of those films that'll get you in the Christmas spirit right away. You leave feeling warm, you leave feeling good, and like Price said, he was around people he loved. Same with me, you know, so it adds an extra bit of oomph to the film. The kids will enjoy it, the adults will enjoy it. So come back to this review and jump in our comment section and let's talk about it.
Absolutely. Well said, my man. Well said. All right, guys. Well, there it is. Go see it. Let us know. Okay, so we're gonna end this off the same way we always do, and that is with a quote. And so you have to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.
It's a powerful quote, man.
I love that. I do. I know,
that might
right?
be my favorite quote we've said.
Dude, I'm like, that's just like so on point.
A lot of people feel like you have to things have to align, you know, in order for you to, you know, get to it, man. No, where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. So it's time to make that change, make a difference, you know. Use what's around you. Use your network. Use your people. Use
your resources. You have resources. People think they don't, but you know somebody that knows somebody, or you know somebody that may have opened into a job, or yes. And then when you do, after you realize that, you do what you can with that and make it work. I love it, dog. I love it.
Let me hit him with this mantra, dog.
Oh, please do.
It's not the quantity of people. It's the quality. Get you some people around you that you love, you know. Get some people around you that make you better, make you whole, make you stronger, uplift you. It'll do wonders for you.
No doubt. Well, as always, guys, don't forget to please like.
Don't forget to like.
And subscribe.
Subscribe.
And turn on those notifications.
Ding ding, turn the bell on, please, so you can know when we drop, and you come back to this comment section like I request, please, so we can talk about it. I want to talk about it with y'all, so let's talk about it.
Let's do that, y'all. Always, man. Shout out to a few people. CBR, you know, that country boy, right? You know. SC. All right. And of course, last but not least, Bree 40 Millie.
40.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And you know, we definitely, because we mentioned her in there, but we just always got to let y'all know, man, that we really couldn't do this without the help of our producer, Timmy. Shout out to Timmy, man. Timmy, thank you so much for everything that you do. All right. And on this one, I'm gonna give a shout out. It's, you know, we had already talked about, you know, Scorpio season is in the building. All right. And with the upcoming birthday, we got Janae's birthday coming up. So happy birthday, Janae. And we got another birthday coming up, which is in-house. Timmy. Yeah, Timmy. I'm putting all your business out there. That's right. Putting your business out there. It is your birthday coming up.
Hairstylist,
you know what I'm saying?
Extraordinaire, entrepreneur, businesswoman, beautiful mother.
That's right.
The one and only.
Timmy. Hey, man. We appreciate all you do. Happy birthday to you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe out there. Please come back. We will be here for you right here at the Hangout.
Don't worry, y'all. It's gonna get wicked, all right? But listen, I just want to leave them on this note, Price.
Boy, you
wicked
good,
here,
boy.
Man. But if you smell what the Hangout is cooking,
boy. I'm glad we waited to the end, dog. 'Cause I wasn't gonna be able to get through this whole thing, dog. It's like you got me tripping over here. Oh my God. Good point. And he is right, y'all. It's going to be very wicked next week. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. We love y'all. Peace.
peace.